Good afternoon. As you all know, my name is John Adams. I am the District Attorney of Berks County. This morning at approximately 9 a.m., members of the Pennsylvania State Police arrested Lisa Rochelle Snyder at her home located at 2442 Route 143, Kempton, Albany Township, which is located in Berks County. She has been charged with the following: 2 counts murder of the first degree, 2 counts murder of the third degree, 1 count endangering the welfare of children, 1 count endangering the welfare of a child for Connor Snyder, and 1 of those counts is for Brinley Snyder, 1 count tampering with evidence, 1 count sexual intercourse with an animal, and 1 count cruelty to animals.
Hey guys, I'm Fancy.
I'm Colleen.
And welcome back to our channel, Murder by Design.
So this week, guys, we're going to talk a little bit more about the Lisa Snyder case with Connor and Brinley. I know we talked about it last week, but we want to keep going just to kind of get you up to date on where it is kind of currently in the case.
Yeah, so we're going to talk tonight about her behavior leading up to and then after the deaths of her kids. So the first thing I wanted to talk about were the Google searches. We started to talk about this last week just a little bit, but oh my God, these Google searches are just crazy. So on September 17th, she looks up carbon monoxide in a car, how long to die. Then that same week, she Googles best episodes of a crime documentary series that chronicles true stories about criminals who avoid arrest or capture for years, but were ultimately brought to justice. Then the day before Connor and Brinley were found, police said Snyder allegedly searched hanging yourself and visited a website that describes an effective way of hanging a person using a short drop simple suspension.
That's just not normal.
That is not normal.
No one just Googles that.
Okay, you can't, like I would, but that's because I do research on this stuff. So, like, I would hate for anybody to judge me on my Google search because, like, if they did, they would think I was a serial killer. Like, seriously.
Right,
but
I've got 100 tabs.
What?
I've got 100 tabs of just, like, different criminals and genocides that have happened all over the world through the entire, like, amount of time that we know of, still open, just multiple tabs. So whenever I get a free minute, that's what I like to do for fun. But right. I would not be found with committing a genocide. Right. She's looking up how to hang somebody using a short drop, and then her kids are found hanging the next day. That's too suspicious.
That's way too suspicious. That would be like me looking up, how to suffocate your husband while he's sleeping, and then my husband suffocates the next day. Like, that'd be too coincidental. I mean, you can look up my Google searches. I mean, everybody has weird Google searches, especially if you're a true crime, lover, whatever. But this is just too coincidental. Like, it's just too close. And then on the day her children were found unresponsive, Snyder had searched, does a hybrid car produce carbon monoxide? And does a hybrid car produce carbon monoxide while idling? So people have begun to speculate about that because, I mean, it's really hard to think about how would she have gotten the noose around these kids' necks and got them to, jump off the chairs or kick the chairs out in front of them or what have you. But I mean, I don't know. So that people have thought that maybe that means that she put them in the car and got them unresponsive and then did the hanging. But I don't know, because that's going to be really hard for her to carry that boy.
Yeah, right. I think it's too hard to do that without leaving some more sort of evidence and get them into the basement, get them in the noose and pull it. That's a
Well, she could have firemen dragged them.
I mean, maybe, but I think she just ultimately, I mean, scare tacted these kids and, you know, had them stand on the chairs and maybe they didn't know what was going on, and she put the noose around their necks and pretty much was like, do it or I'm going to do it for you kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
There's also
But
the game
ultimately,
aspect of it. I mean, too, like she could have done a game with them, but I just don't understand. I don't know how she got the nooses around the kids' necks. That's baffling to me. But ultimately, I mean, that's what she does. She hangs them, and she acknowledges that she picked up a dog leash from. She ordered it on Amazon like 2 days before and picked it up that day. So I don't know. And supposedly the dog was given away the day or two before.
yeah, I saw that a lot. They're like, where is this dog? And then they found the dog and they had to weigh the dog to see, was this the right kind of leash?
Right.
You know, does this dog need this sort of leash and why? And there was
Right.
a lot of speculation because of the backyard and why she's taking it for a walk. They have a fenced in yard, you know.
Well, I don't know. I take my dogs for walks. I have a fenced in yard. So,
But there was such a short time frame between when they got home and when they died.
oh,
It was like a
absolutely.
total of like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't know. It just doesn't seem. It just seems like that was definitely very planned. And we talked about the bar stools last week a little bit. You know, so my thing with the stools is if they did like the 1, 2, 3 jump, like some people have said, you know, maybe they did that and where they were playing a game, but the bar stools wouldn't have been 3 feet apart. The bar stools would have fallen out and they would have been further apart. But they were exactly 3 feet apart, just like the children were 3 feet apart. So I think she staged them falling over. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think, I don't know. You know, I wonder where the garage is in proximity to like the basement window. Maybe she used like a carbon monoxide, like took a hose from the car and put it in. You know what I'm thinking? You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. But that's,
I don't know, because I just can't see these kids being responsive and doing it and it not. There's got to be more to it.
I can't, it would have taken a long time for the carbon monoxide to, you know, do that.
Not if she'd already been doing it.
But they got dropped off at the, I mean, I guess if she was like, okay, go into the basement, I've been running the carbon monoxide in there for 7 hours.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
I guess.
I mean, yeah, that I think she could have done that. I think that definitely could have happened. Like, we're gonna play in the basement today, kids. Guess what? And then, you know, go and sit down on the stools that are down there, and mommy's got a surprise for you. And
I mean,
then,
yeah.
I mean,
And
that
this,
I think that's probably the most likely story of how the carbon monoxide would come into this. And it seems that would be likely for how to subdue them, to put these nooses around their heads. Because I literally don't think it's a scare tactic. I don't know.
on the autopsies, like, that was it. It was from the hanging. They didn't have any levels of like high carbon monoxide in their system.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so odd.
Unless she talks, we're really not ever gonna know.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Maybe in the future when all the interviews and stuff come out, but so far it's kind of like a mystery of how did she
get these kids to do this? Yeah, because it just, I don't know. It's so strange.
Yeah.
That's really strange. So, but we're going to share a little bit about all the different things that we found on Facebook. I mean, there is a lot.
It's disgusting what she did.
Yeah. So let's take a few minutes before we go on and talk about one of our sponsors. Sponsors are just one of the ways that we get to bring you all the true crime news that we do. So we appreciate you guys giving them a try.
There's a new escape room experience that you can have from the comfort of your own home, and it's called Dispatch. And what it is, it's an interactive mystery that unfolds over several months. We freaking love subscription boxes, and this one combines the fun of a new box each month, along with the love of solving crime. We'll be unboxing some of these here in a few weeks, so stay tuned. To get started with your own true crime adventure, just follow the link in our description and you'll be solving crimes from your couch in no time.
So, okay, so I don't know. Can you believe this woman? She creates a support group for herself. Meanwhile, she knows she's taken her kids' lives. She's on Facebook Marketplace selling their stuff and trying to garner sympathy at the same time. She says it's just a pool, but it was their clothes, their toys, like everything.
Well, and she starts it doing immediately. And she's telling her friends how they're dead before they're even actually dead. They were on life support for 3 days. And on day 1 and day 2, she's like, oh, my babies are gone. Like, a little too soon. Like, probably yes, but don't start garnering sympathy about your dead kids while they're still alive.
Right. So we've got some of the screenshots. Oh, so let's see.
I mean, it starts off with on the funeral page.
Yeah, the funeral page. And go ahead.
She says that I love you both more than words could ever describe. I miss you every second of it. I'm so sorry you had to leave so soon, but please know you'll forever love in my heart till I see you both again.
Like, oh, my heart, Mom, XOXO. Like,
I'm sorry you had to leave so soon.
Right.
You killed them.
You killed them. Like, they didn't have to leave so soon. There wasn't wrong. They didn't die of a terminal disease. You killed them. Then she's got, there's another one where it's like, I love you, Bubs and Brenner, for always, forever and always in my heart. And then, so we start to see her creating lots of alter egos. I just thought it was one originally, but it's not. She creates tons of them. In fact, she even creates friends of hers that are supposed to be her friends, that is she creating them so that she can come on and talk about what a wonderful fucking mom she is. Like, gross. Well,
and it's really funny because some of the people figured out that it was her because, like, they were able to get on her profile and, like, do a recovery of, like, try to recover your profile. And the email it was going to be sent to was her email.
Oh, geez.
Like, busted.
Well, all right. Well, and yeah, and like, she's not really crafty here. The first one she does is it's Elakar Asel, which who the hell would ever have that name anyway? But what that is basically Lisa Rochelle, written backwards.
That's her middle name.
Yeah. So her middle name is Rachel. So it's Lisa Rachel written backwards. Like, and that one really ticks me off because here she's talking about how she's donated their organs. And so she says, my adored babies are heroes. After a rough day yesterday and miserable morning, I finally got around to opening my mail. 7+ people have been giving a better life because of Connor and Brindley. I do believe that's the definition of a hero if I've ever heard one. I miss them both every second of every day. I love you, Connor and Brindley. You will forever be heroes. Heart. Not all heroes wear capes. Sorry for the pic quality. Like,
you're sick. You're absolutely sick. Like, yes, it's great. People got organs. People's lives saved. Like, Connor's valves of his heart went to several people. But, like, that is wonderful. But you're the cause of your children needing their organs donated.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And just like, I think it's a week later, it's Connor's would have been 9th birthday. And to me, this reminded me so much of, I just said it a second ago.
Darlie Routier.
Yeah, Darlie Routier.
Yeah, but you know what, Darlie, I mean, I truly believe that Darlie was honoring her children. This is not honoring your fucking kids.
Well, Lisa's family did not invite her to that celebration. They barred her from coming because they knew that it was wrong.
Oh, wow.
So, like, because there were like 30 or 40 people there with balloons and like a gathering of like a remembrance kind of thing, and
she's
all the
not even
family
there,
was,
but she's going to talk about it.
yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So she can be good, she can show the highlight reel on, Facebook. So this one says, happy 9th birthday in heaven, my little dude. You were so excited to be turning 9, telling me about it when I picked you up from school just the other day, heart, heart. Catch your balloons today, babe. We are sending you and Brindley hundreds. So he was so excited to be turning 9. He was talking to her about his birthday, but yet he's suicidal at the same time.
It doesn't make any sense. And there's going to be more coming up where she even says that how happy the two of them were.
Yeah.
Like, no. And then after they die, she changes her Facebook to, it says, be a buddy, not a bully. And words scar, rumors destroy, bullies kill.
Right. And so
moms kill.
No, moms kill. Yeah, I mean, that was trying to perpetuate her bully scenario, which is total bullshit.
She even told in the 911 call, oh, he was bullied.
He was bullied, so I think he took his life and he couldn't stand it. And just, it's such ridiculousness. I don't know. This woman really angers me, like, beyond belief.
She's a psycho. Sociopath.
So then she's selling, let's see, so what did she have pictures of? She had their scooter, their clothes, the radio.
A rocking horse,
water shoes. Like, she's not just selling things to, like, get money to pay for their funeral, folks. She is selling all their shit.
Well, and then she tries to sell the pool for $700, which that pool somebody made a point of was a $701 at Walmart, and she's trying to sell this used dirty pool for the cost of a new one. Like, it's and as a parent who's lost both of your children or young children, because she does have 2 others, you won't be getting rid of all their belongings. A lot of people, their kids' rooms become like a shrine memorial.
Oh yeah, like there's a missing persons case out of Florida that we are looking into, the Haley Cummings case. And in that case, like, the grandmother, the little girl was taken, I think she was 4 when she was taken. It's been years and years and years and years. And the grandmother is, like, on her last legs at this point. She's hoping that somebody will eventually solve this. And they think that, the stepmom had something to do with it and all this stuff. But she literally has an entire room set up for Haley. And every year she goes at Christmas time and for her birthday, and she buys presents, she wraps them, she sticks them in the room because she's convinced that Haley will come back one day. And so the room is set up specifically for Haley with all this stuff in it for when Haley returns. Like, that is how most people are going to do, not on Facebook selling their crap. Like,
Well, I mean, even Casey Anthony's grandparents still have that room for Kaylee.
For Kaylee, right. You don't do that.
And immediately after their death. Like, no grieving period, she's fine.
Right. I mean, I know when my mom passed, it took me at least a year before I went in and started clearing everything out and putting it in boxes and trying to go through and figure out, okay, what am I keeping? Because we were moving. I don't think if we were not moving, I don't think I would have done it at that time. I still would have left it like that. I wouldn't let the kids go in there. I wouldn't do anything because I couldn't. I could not.
My dad still has boxes of my papa's stuff that he hasn't gone through, and it's emotionally hard. My papa died over 12 years ago, and I still have things of my papa's that I keep them, and there are things in the world that just remind me of him. Every time I smell stale cigarette smoke and Brute cologne, that's my heart. That's my papa.
Right.
It just hurts to know that this is how selfish she is.
Right. Okay, well, I mean, but it started a long time ago. Let's be fair. She, at one point in time, faked cancer. She did a GoFundMe for it. She faked cancer. So this is clearly a woman. It's not necessarily Munchausen by proxy, but I mean, she's got tendencies of it because she wants attention and money. And I think a lot of her things was attention. I think she
Yeah.
probably is one of those people that had kids because she thought that the children would be like this unconditional love and nobody else pays attention to me, so I'm going to have these kids. And then she realized eventually these kids, now that she's getting older, they're just in her way, and she wants to go off and do whatever she wants. She's got a 17-year-old. So, I mean, there's a big split between 17 and 8. And I
And
think that,
four.
and 4, so I think she was just like, oh, screw it. I don't want to do this anymore.
I
And,
mean, she said it to her boyfriend, her online boyfriend, like, ugh,
right.
these kids, like,
Right. And so then, oh my God, this one blows me away, guys. Okay. So this is a woman who is literally sending messages to a guy on the internet of a dog being abused by her sexually. She's having sexual intercourse with this dog. She's making the dog do things to her. And then she goes online and she posts something about dog abuse and how she doesn't want it to happen and she wants this guy that's abusing these dogs to be found. Lady, are you serious?
well, they need to be arrested. Like,
Unbelievable. You need to be arrested. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
well, and then she goes and tries to set the record straight. She says, CYS has no ongoing investigation with my family. The police investigation is not focused on me. It's focused on what caused the death of my children. I am a grieving mother trying to mourn the loss of my children at this time and would appreciate some privacy and respect. Rumors spread like lantern flies. You can't believe everything you read or hear. I love my children with all my heart and soul. They are my world, and now I'm completely lost.
Yeah, you can't believe everything you read or hear.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you can't believe anything you say or or post. So yeah, absolutely. Then we looked up her Pinterest page, and oh my God,
It's very telling.
it's very telling. And you know what? As a mom, it wouldn't be until this happens. Like, it's fine until this happens, but her entire Pinterest is pretty much filled with hanging like jungle gyms and rock walls and all these different things. Like, I wonder if that was the original idea, was, oh, if I had the money I would build this and it would be an accident or something. I don't know, but it's terrible.
The pictures of it are insane. Like, there's literally one that looks like 2 nooses.
Yeah. And we're going to be putting, I mean, you guys can look these up too. It's not hard, but we're going to be putting it all in our Patreon so that you guys can see it all in one place. So that's patreon.com/truecrimewives. We like to share all the things that we find and in our research in there. So you guys can go and look at that one. But yeah, it's like support beams and clips and noose-like rings. And I mean, it's, gross.
And again, it's not that looking at that stuff is wrong. It's that what happened and then what's related to her searches and what she puts in her Pinterest. And
Right.
but then she goes and starts creating these alternate profiles.
Oh, these are crazy.
There's Amanda Jones. There's Jones Amanda.
Judy.
Oh, and she goes in these other support groups before she creates her own. She goes in them to try to say that, oh, I'm a friend of hers. And this one, I've known her since freshman year of high school. We've been good friends ever since. She's a great mother. Her world revolves around her kids. She was a teenage mom, but not your typical teenage mom who parties and leaves the baby with whoever. She grew up and was responsible and always put her children first. Her house is always clean. Her kids always have nice new clothing. She always cooked meals.
Anytime I dropped by, she was engaging with the children. whether it be playing Barbies with Brinley or building forts with Connor or playing pretend or board games. I've never seen a bruise on any of her kids. They got time out as punishment, or what she referred to as time in, where she's completely switch up the activities if it was causing frustration and anger for one or more children. I actually started doing it with my kids. It works miracles. She goes on, I've been in her basement. There's no torture going on in that house or corporal punishment. Like, that's a weird sentence to put in there. And then she loves her kids, and it shows. The only time she didn't have her kids was while they were in school. The flea bomb rumor, the lake rumor, trying to hurt Owen when he was little rumor. Owen is staying with another family member at this time by his choice.
He does not want to be in that house where it happened and is confused by all the rumors flying around. And she's respecting him for letting him to have some space. She has told me on multiple occasions about Connor being bullied. He has told me himself he wanted to die and go to heaven because heaven is a beautiful place. Half of her family hate her and are jealous and trying to hurt her any chance they get. It's been like this for as long as I can remember. The other half are on her side and support her 100%.
I'm not going to be able to answer question after question for everyone in this group, not being rude. I don't have the time, but long story short, LS is a great mom.
There are so many weird statements in this post.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. The torture one really got me. There's no torture going on. What?
Like, who said there was torture going on?
Yeah, because I haven't heard that one yet. Like, that's interesting. So maybe, now looking at that, like, you think, so was this something she was doing all the time and then amped it up a little bit and whatever? Or was she doing stuff to these kids and maybe it went too far? I don't know.
Right. Oh, there was no, he was bullied. Yeah, his mom was bullying him.
Yeah.
And then she goes into the Jones Amanda stuff.
All right.
And she says, I'm really good friends with Lisa, and she's a good mom. I don't think she harmed her kids at all. And then another one. I'm a mother of a 23-year-old daughter is her bio. And then she is Amanda Smith. Creating so many fake profiles just to go into these groups and just say, oh, yep, she's a great mom. And then they leave the group. Or delete the post.
Or they delete the post. Then there's Polly Paradise. Then she posts, every day it gets harder. I miss you both so much. I just want to hold you and kiss you. All I do is cry. I love you both with all my heart. I just want you back. I'd give anything to have you back. You will always be in my heart, and you will always be my bubs and boogs. Like, and then underneath that, right, it's innocent till proven guilty, and she's got a picture of one of the kids like crying in the back seat.
Like, innocent till proven guilty? What? No.
Oh, and then her group that she creates, it says, so somebody found that and they said, we are the about page for her support group and Connor and Brinley group was, we are here to remember and honor Connor and Brinley, fun-loving brother and sister with smiles for miles, always laughing and enjoying life. Connor and Brinley will be missed dearly. And somebody pointed out, well, doesn't that go against the depression and bullying theory? Like, this woman just contradicts herself. And I'm not saying that your kid, if they're suffering from bullying or depression, is going to be like that 24/7. No, absolutely not. But
You literally in the about page just said happy and fun loving kids.
Yeah.
Like, she just tries to it just contradicts herself. And then she posts from the Eshikar Azel page. I would like to mention to all group members, I've been allowing most anyone who asks to join the group to join. Please remember this is about the children. I understand there is a lot of media coverage, so there are many people in this group who I do not know. I ask everyone to follow the rules they have. which is be nice. I also ask members to not PM anyone that is family or friends of family and the children asking about the investigation. Anyone who is found to PM family and friends will be removed. Simply because we are grieving and PMing family and friends looking for answers is not very nice. Thank you.
It's not very nice killing your kids. How about that? I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys can see. Can you see it? No, you won't be able to see
A
it.
little bit of an angle.
Dang it. Maybe if I.
Oh,
yes.
There.
Look, this is one of her profile pictures. Like, wow. That's, you think pretty highly of yourself there, huh? Like, okay, lady.
Frankfurt, Germany. You're so cultural.
Yeah, she's from Frankfurt, Germany.
But then when she starts posting in this group, she's using the current status of sentences like Tooth Fairy is on call tonight, not Tooth Fairy was on call this night. And she does that a lot.
Yeah. Oh, look at this one. This is
castle.
Yes. So let me show you guys. This is him in a castle that he built, a castle fort with his sister. Like, yeah. So that's her idea of how, she's gonna, she's showing he's a good big brother. And it says she's saying that Connor was such a good big brother, and I 100% believe that. So with that in mind, would this good big brother really want to end his life and his little sister's life? I'm having a hard time accepting that.
Right, like he's such a good big brother. Oh, he would want to take her with him?
Yeah.
No, he would not.
No, I can't imagine that. I've never. Okay, so this one I thought was really interesting. This was posted, and it's in the Northwestern Lehigh community page, and it says, everything pictured is included. I can take actual pics tomorrow in the daylight. I'm selling this like new pool to help pay for my children's final expenses as they were in a horrible accident. A horrible accident? Okay. Only used this last summer. I also have a net that's not pictured since sand filter and saltwater pump. The sand is good for 4 more years of filtration. A pool this size takes 8 to 9 bags of pool salt, which will cost you approximately $45. She goes on to talk about how she's got the ladder. She'll drain it for you. I have a lot to deal with right now because of the loss of my children. Please don't waste my time. Pick up in Kempton. Price is firm. Thank you. So this is the pool that she was selling that was $701 on Walmart's site, and it's been used, and she's selling it for $700. But I mean, she's including filtration and stuff. Maybe that's. But her kids were in an accident. Her kids were in an accident.
Oh, tragic accident. No, that's what happens if they were in like a car accident, or they're anything but you killing them.
Right. So here's some more messages from her and her friend who were talking. And it starts off with the friend asking, you set flea bombs off trying to kill yourself and the children.
So it's an accusation of somebody. She says, I did set off flea bombs off, but not to kill us. I sealed off the upstairs, and we were all up there sleeping while the flea bombs did their thing downstairs. I ended up having a horrible anxiety attack during the night, and I called an ambulance to take me to the hospital. I also called my mom, and she took the kids while I was treated. Flea bombs had nothing to do with that, just a bad coincidence.
And then she's like, I've set off bug bombs all the time. I seal off one level of the house and I set off one level of the house and bomb the other level. Never had a problem. Yeah, that's not how flea bombs work, dude.
And why do you have so many fleas?
Right?
Consistently having fleas. Like, take care of your dog. I wonder if there's if that dog got anything from her.
Oh, God. And then it's, She talks about, I do not know exactly who the bullies were. I have a few suspicions, but I'm not sure. That's why I wanted to speak to the school to see if we can work together to figure this out. But they do not want to do that, so I sit and wait. Well, yeah, they know that you're bullshit. Total bullshit.
And she goes on, Connor was not a boy to talk about his feelings. He would tell me bits and pieces, but then he would say, oh, I forgot, and I don't want to talk about it. He knew that when he talked to me about the bullying, that I would call the school and try to figure things out and the true story of what really happened. I just got to say, it feels really good to talk to you, somebody who is impartial, and just let it out. It's so frustrating having to deal with this and all the hate and the suspicion, on top of dealing with losing 2 of my children and one of the worst ways someone could lose a child.
This woman infuriates.
The next one's my favorite.
I like this one. Oh, this is beautiful. My attorney wants me to take a polygraph test, which I would love to take as well. But it costs a lot of money to take a polygraph test. No, the police will give it to you for free, bitch. And I just do not have the money for it right now. I have invested so much money into not one attorney, but 2 that I really have nothing left to give at this point. So my hands are tied, and I just have to play the waiting game like everybody else.
It's free.
No, you walk into the freaking police station and say, hi, so I'd like to take a polygraph test, and you guys will stop fucking looking at me and go look for the real person, why this happened and why my kids are being bullied, and find out what caused my kids to commit suicide and take a sister's life. How about that? Can I do that? Yes, I'd like to do that. You know what they'll say to you? Yes, let's hook you up right now. Let me go ahead and call the polygraph person that gives it.
Right, go on the Steve Wilkos show, bitch.
Right? Like, oh my God.
They just caught that one woman. She was when on the show, we're going to share that on our Facebook page on The Good Wives Guide and Murder by Design, because she literally went to the Steve Wilkos show to try to clear her name, and she miserably failed that polygraph test. The police looked at that video and how horrible she failed the test, and she was arrested.
Unbelievable.
But then
go ahead.
Then she goes on to say that she's calling her kids spoiled brats, but she loves them no matter what. Like I said, I completely live my life for my kids, and I just don't know what to do. Because I have an attorney, the lawyers won't tell me too much, and the school has also lawyered up, and they will not speak to me about anything. I just want to talk to the official at the school. So in the same sentence, you say that you love your kids, you call them spoiled brats. They're dead. Why? Why even say that?
I don't know. Oh. Oh, and then she goes on to talk about them serving warrants and coming to get different things. And at one point in time, she's like, so it's something they left with that they didn't come with kind of thing. And they took the warrant and they took the phones. And she's like, but we're not 100% sure on that. And because my lawyer knows my financial situation, he's not trying to run my bill over stuff like that that's not vital at this time. Just, oh my God.
She's nuts. She's nuts. And,
wow.
And then they were talking to each other, and they talked to her, and she's like, there, I just hung up with the law enforcement, and they are calling Facebook and going to try to shut that whole group down.
Yeah, we've been through that before. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. We've already found that out from a different case that we were dealing with that, and that's not how that works. Oh, I like this one. Like dealing with a psychopath. You become very dangerous when you learn how to control your feelings.
And that she posted like a week or so before
the kids were murdered. Anyway, I mean, there is just so much, guys. We could literally talk and 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 talk. But we're going to put a lot of this, like I said, in the Patreon account. So there's also tons of discussion groups you can join. We really are going to continue to be working on this case. But so you know what? You often hear us and see us good wives sipping a glass of wine. Tonight, we've got our favorite Moscato. So, Colleen, tell them about where we like to get some of our wine.
One of our favorite wine clubs is the California Wine Club, and we've got a special offer for you. If you click our link in the description below before March 31st, 2020, then you can save half of your first month when you join at any club level. California Wine Club only works with small wineries, and they hand select 2 bottles of wine each month and ship them straight to your door. Now you don't even have to go to the liquor store to have a sip of bubbly with us. How cool is that?
I know, right? So, I mean, this is one that has really bothered me, and just, I think the way that it was done is so unusual and so strange. And there's just so many questions about it that, I don't think we're ever going to get all the answers, obviously, because she's not, I don't think she'll talk. I don't think she'll give it up. No. I just
Maybe
don't see
to
her.
a 2020 episode when
I
she's
don't
just
know.
sitting in jail many years to get kind of that attention thing.
I don't know, because Lacey Spears did that and she just boo-hooed her eyes out and cried about how the hospital killed her son by being incompetent. And I just was like, I could watch her sit there with the tears streaming down her face and go, bitch, you are lying.
See, I think she's going to do that with the bullying thing.
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
going to show.
Yeah, she's just going to
Oh,
continue.
the bullies.
The bullies. Don't get me wrong. I believe bullying is terrible. We are going to do a whole series on cyberbullying specifically, and bullying of teens that have led to murders. Not just, we've been looking into the Conrad Roy case, the Slenderman girls. So there's a lot of different things that we've been looking into with this bullying that ends up in resulting in death. Skylar Neese.
Well, when I was in high school, I actually had my high school, some bullies, they created a Facebook group of just hating me.
Oh my God.
Hate me. And luckily Facebook got that thing shut down pretty quickly, but it was brutal. There's still a YouTube video out there that was made of me that's bullying, and the comments are just cruel.
Yeah.
I was 13.
Well, but my oldest and my youngest both have been extremely, suffered from extreme bullying. My oldest, it came from within her own sect of friends, which is why the Skylar Neese and the Slenderman girls, they really interest me, because I really think that it could have gone that far, because this girl, what she ended up doing to my daughter was she stole my daughter's password because she was her best friend. So my daughter had logged in on this girl's account, on this girl's phone, into her account, and she didn't think anything of it. I mean, they've been best friends for years and years. And basically then the girl took the email, created her own page that pretended to be my daughter, and then basically began to racial slur and make fun of every single group in the school. And my daughter wasn't even going to school anymore. She was actually being homeschooled at the time, because she had had so many health issues. And so she was being homeschooled, and the only way we found out about it was because some chick wrote on her Facebook, like, you need to knock off your shit, blah, blah, blah. And I was on her page that day. I just happened to go look at her page because I check in on my kids all the time. And I looked at it and I was like, excuse me, this is her mother? What the hell are you even talking about? And so then I proceeded to have a conversation with this girl and find out what happened. And the girl that same day had invited my daughter to the football game where all the people had talked about all day long that they were going to jump her and beat the shit out of her and kill her. And
well, I mean,
so that was like, and thankfully, if I had not talked to that girl, my daughter probably would not be here today, because my daughter weighs almost 80 pounds. That's it. She's like soaking wet. She's teeny tiny. She's 4'11", she's tiny. And
I mean, when I was those same people in my high school, like, they created T-shirts.
Oh my God!
And that was when I was I think, beginning of a sophomore year of high school. But then I kind of, by senior year, was like, whatever. They're still making fun of me. I'm not gonna take it so personally anymore. Like, I'm over it. And they ended up putting it on our senior class t-shirt.
Oh my God. Like,
And like,
I don't know. The bullying these days has gotten so much more just awful and more elevated,
vicious.
I think vicious. Like when I was a kid, it wasn't like this. I mean, there was bullying. I think it's getting more vicious. Like when I was a kid, I mean, the worst thing you could do was like write on a bathroom wall for a good time, call so-and-so and a number, like, and you could
maybe shove a kid into a locker.
You could shove a kid in the locker. But if you had a confrontation, you had to have a physical, facial, face-to-face conversation with a person to be like that. You couldn't just hide behind a keyboard. And I've even seen this now in adults. I mean, we've been dealing with it ourselves, with a group of people that were relentless for almost a year. And but the bullying, like what is going on here, no, I think she's going to hide behind that. I think she's going to use that. And it really pisses me off because it's a very real issue. And I hate when people take very real issues and make it into something that it's not. And I fucking hate that. Like to no end.
It fits her agenda.
Yeah. It fits her agenda. And you can tell, I mean, and it's definitely premeditated because she started doing this a couple, weeks before. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But we'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings about this story. So drop us a comment below and we'll be sure to respond.
And tune in next Sunday at 8 p.m. We'll be discussing the Salvatore Anello case, which he dropped his 18-month-old granddaughter, Chloe, out of a port window of a cruise ship on July 7th, 2019 while in Puerto Rico. We have a lot to say about that. That case. Wow.
And more details are coming to light and lawsuits and whatnot and charges. And whatever we don't cover in our YouTube, you can find on our blog.
Right. So, and we'll be linking to all of that below. Thanks so much for tuning in and dishing true crime with the Good Wives and Murder by Design. Don't forget to join our Patreon member club to get exclusive mini episodes, inside documents and pictures from the case, live YouTube discussions that you won't get here, our exclusive discussion group on Facebook, and get some amazing Good Wives merch.
And follow us on Twitter at murderbydesign1 and Instagram at murder_by_design. And for more inside information, check out our podcast, The Good Wives Guide to True Crime, on any of your favorite podcast players. Have a good one from The Good Wives, serving up true crime, one dish at a time.